just in case, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, we gotta get all that out the way before the interview start.
Yeah.
We're gonna start.
I'm about to shut one of these windows real quick, man. All right, just getting a little of that Chicago street noise.
All right. So welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now we're live on YouTube, but check me out on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you listen to podcasts and wherever you're on social media, I'm there, PoPolitickin. 1-2-1-2 place to be with Pete Sayke. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Peace to you. How you doing?
Your name on here. Let me change your name. All right, there we go. So I just heard you from Chi-Town.
Yeah. I've been here since 2007. I'm originally from Cincinnati, but moved here with Major 7. We went to college together, and I've been here ever since, man. So this is Chicago is home. Chicago is home, but originally from Cincinnati.
But you from the South Side or you from North Side?
Both. Well, I live in far north now in Rogers Park, but when I first got here for the first like 4 or 5 years, I was in Bronzeville on the South Side.
That shit was crazy, man. Cause I got a white friend. He live in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Man, like, you know, we've been friends for years, but I just see him like every morning he just go outside, work out outside, play basketball outside, walking outside. And I'm like, bro, I said, what happened to all this shit? I said, man, I thought Chicago was bad. I was like, they talk about Chicago on the news.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nothing about that, but I guess shit, his life, his perspective, that shit don't bother him. That shit like black people stuff. I'm like, damn. Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't see none of that shit they talk about in Chicago on your shit.
Yeah.
And he was like,
yeah, it's really like a couple of, I shouldn't say a couple, but it's a select group of neighborhoods, really. Like it's really rough, like far south, and it's really rough far west. And even with that, there's like a few particular neighborhoods, like Inglewood, like K-Town over on the west, but generally this is a city like any other city. You know, you got pockets where you can get fucked up wherever, like wherever.
I want to say it was Labor Day weekend, and it was like 100 people got killed in the 3-day weekend. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, is it like that for real? Or is that just the news?
Oh man, that's like just how they get down, man. Like the temperature rise and people are outside, you know, and when it's cold out, you got less opportunities to run into people that you don't like, I suppose.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. So let us know how you got involved with music.
Man, as far as music, my first introduction was like Parliament Funk. Anything that the aunts and uncles used to vibe to in their parties, you know, like we were just running around as shorties, like they bumping, you know, Kool and the Gang and Earth, Wind and Fire and Parliament. And then my big cousin Kenny, he used to get on the low, like from his older brother, used to get like tapes, like, you know, NWA and all, you know, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So whenever I go visit his crib, he would like put me on to some of that. And then I started getting put on to, you know, it was mainly, I say, like Native Tongue, Diggable Planets, Arrested Development, like that wave really got me into it. And then I just kind of followed it along, man.
I want to say, actually, this year we actually had, I had C Knowledge from Diggable Planets, and we had Arrested Development on the show.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Shout out to them, man. Especially Speech.
That's what you came up on?
Yeah, I mean, when I was a shorty, I'm 40 now. When I was a shorty, I mean, you know, when that was like really popping in 90, 91, 92, I mean, I was what, 10, 11, like right in I was discovering and like really finding my groove in as far as hip hop is concerned. Same time, like it coincided with me discovering the NBA. So like those kind of go hand in hand. Like I remember really like recording, like I dub tape, you know, something like a couple songs, make my own mixtape from the radio and trying to learn songs while I'm watching like Jordan hoop or watching Larry Johnson and them, like, on NBC. So, but yeah, they coincided.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's actually the thing I like about Arrested Development and Diggable Planets is shit. They was kind of like how rap was going at the time. They still kept true to themselves, because basically that shit was basically turned to gangster rap during that time. You had everybody going gangster rap. You even had Hammer. You remember Hammer went gangster rap for?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, everybody going gangster rap, but they stood to themselves, and it's actually cool that they won Grammys. They actually won. I want to say Cool Like That won in '93, and the rest of them won in '94.
Yep, I think you're right.
That was it. What you know about Grandma Motto?
Oh man, Grandmama, hey Grandma, that was one of the coldest shoe campaigns the league has ever seen. Like that, Lil Penny had the early '90s on Smash.
Yeah, it's funny because actually I'll be running like I'm like do like 2K. I'm like a GM of this 2K basketball league, and that '94 Hornets playbook. Yeah, I was like, damn, they had all them. They had Morning, they had Larry Johnson, they had Kendall Gill. I think they had Dell Curry,
Muggsy running the point.
Yeah, they had a squad, but I guess
they couldn't
do nothing with the Bulls though. Bulls was like shutting down all that shit back then.
Yes, it was a wrap.
Yeah, I would say, and then my other team, I was actually looking at. I don't know if you know about Grant Hill. They said they were talking about how him and Fila just did something where they're gonna put a lot of parks in Detroit. I was like,
oh, that's tight.
Yeah,
that's tight.
Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess to me it's cool. Like shit, you grow with the players really. So like you said, we was little kids seeing all these players, but now you see them after their life and they still being productive. That shit, I be liking stuff like that.
Oh, I love it, man. Yeah. One of my favorite my favorite players of all time are Penny Hardaway and LeBron. So like with Penny, I used to try to model my game after him. Like I was too short, but I wanted to dish the rock and all that. And it's just cool. Like, his career got cut short because of injury, but it was cool to see, like he took like a little league squad to like state and city championships, and he moved over to Memphis, and they starting to make some noise. So I think they might get the national championship in the next year or two.
You want to hear something? So I got some basketball sim players, right? You guess what my player name is?
Penny?
Dime Hardaway.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to level it up. And then I'm throwing Dime, so Dime Hardaway. But I did that for him, and even though he got blackballed, Tim Hardaway. Because I was looking at, I don't know if you remember our TMC?
Yeah, Run TMC.
Bro, I put that playbook in on this last game we played, because we like basically we got our team, but we put a different game plan. They was balling so nice, man. I think a lot, especially younger cats, they don't know nothing about TMC, but TMC was balling.
Bro, Tim Hardaway, Chris Mullen, Bobby Owens, or Billy Owens, Chris Webber. Was Latrell, was he on that squad?
He probably was at the end. I don't think he was in the early one. They had like Old Impala, Tyrone Hill and shit like that back then.
That's right.
I think Prewell came after the end, maybe back after Richmond left already.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you and Maj with y'all bros, how you say he moved you out there? So with y'all brothers?
Oh yeah, Major 7th, man. It's my guy, man. Like we met probably our sophomore year at Ball State, I think. And we had a group. It was me and this dude, Maine. We were the MCs, and Major was the producer. It was kind of built like little brother, right? And I don't know, man. Like we just vibe beyond the music and saw things. We all hooped together and we just saw life kind of similarly. So, we made music throughout, kind of learning how to make music together throughout college. And then after college, moved to Chicago. Because that's when it was like, all right, we're either going to move to New York, LA, Atlanta, maybe Houston, or Chicago. And Chicago was close enough to where we could get to our folks if we really needed to, but because it's only 5-6 hour drive away from the crib, but not so far away that we start to feel like completely out of touch and lost or whatever. So yeah, man, got here and really started to kind of dig some roots in the music scene, and got cool with a lot of the DJs and producers and other MCs and collaborating. A lot of those friendships are also lifelong friendships, you know.
Yeah, I had my homie, one of my other homies is rapper Big Pooh. I had him on the show a few times.
Oh man, yeah, little brother, man. Shout out to LB, one of the greatest, man. Like they got screwed by ABB apparently, looking at what Fonte was saying. But
screwed by who?
ABB Records. They're they didn't get paid off of the Listening nor the Minstrel Show.
Damn. I remember my boy, luckily, because I was in the Marine Corps. So luckily my boy he was from North Carolina, so he was putting us on the little brother. But man, it was like when you heard it, you already knew like this shit cold. Like I said, them and I don't know if you remember Pap Div. I don't know where they went, but you remember Pac Div?
Pac Div out from out west, yeah.
Yeah, they was. I kind of thought they was gonna be out around a little longer too. But like I remember when they both came out, yeah, little brother had some hits though.
Yeah,
listening was hard, and like you said, the Minstrel Show too. That shit was hard.
Yeah.
When we heard that loving, man, that shit go. That shit still go.
Right.
Loving it.
Yep.
I think that's gonna be around for a long time. Like that's a classic song right there.
Yeah, I feel like that about their projects, man. Like I'm really big into projects and albums and whole pieces of work. Like we're in a time now, and I hate to sound like the old guy, right? But like we're in a time now where attention spans just aren't there. Like people kind of want like, give me the joint. Like I just want to hear the joint. I want to be able to skip, you know? Exactly. So I don't know, man. Like I just pride myself in putting together something that you can listen to the whole way and catch a whole vibe from it. And that's what I like to hear. You know, not every artist is going to do that, but when some of my favorite artists, that's why I go to them. It's to, whether it's Burna Boy or Kendrick or Crit or, you know, you name them. It's a bunch of them that I feel like that about. But, you know, I know that what they'll give me is going to be something that I might not love every song front to back, but from front to back, I can like just sit back and catch a vibe. And
yeah, I don't know. You let me know if I'm wrong, but I got something I do when I review music.
Okay.
If I'm listening to your song, in a minute, at that minute mark, if you still saying and you ain't rapping or nothing, I cut it off. Like unless that beat is hard enough to keep my attention. But if it's a minute going in and I don't hear you rhyming or rapping, I cut it off. I'm like, man, nobody finna be sitting there waiting that whole goddamn time for those songs come on. So I said, if you ain't got it, like that's so I like when like sometimes when like, you know, sometimes people let the beat be for a little bit, but they come in.
Exactly.
So I like it like I said, like you kind of, I don't know. Do you think that's wrong or what you think about that?
I mean, it's all personal preference, man. Like I think I would probably feel the same. I think I would just have to like push the knob over a little bit to just kind of hear like, all right, when are you gonna actually start rapping? Okay, let me take it back. It looks like I gotta wait till the minute 42. But yeah, it puts the listener in a weird predicament if you're just sitting there like assuming that this is not just an instrumental.
Cause you remember that song Devil in the Blue Dress?
Oh, that Kanye joint?
Bro, I didn't even know that shit was so my friend had to call me like, man, Rick Ross got a verse on there too. I was like, for real? Because I didn't listen. That you know how that beat was just drawing out. Yep. I switched it. I'm like, all right, it's over.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't got time for that. So
yeah, like, you think it might be like an interlude or something, you know?
Yeah, I thought that shit was over. I'm like, he going to the next song. And he's like, no, Rick Ross is on the end of. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Listen to it. So yeah, let me know about. I was like, I think when you came on, you heard me listening to it. Oh, well, we'll wait.
Okay.
So just, I guess before we go into your project, the Crown, I want to know about just more about Pete Sayke. Like, just let us know about, you know, just your background, what you're trying to do with your music, your message.
Sure, man. Well, again, thanks for having me. Pete Sayke, real name Ken, originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. Been living in Chicago, which is home for 17 years. 14, I don't even remember anymore. It's been a long time. And as far as music is concerned, man, like me and one of my best friends, Mike Jones, we always call it black box music. Like, it's like if the civilization, all, you know, current civilization died away and burnt to a crisp. And, you know, future generations, thousands of years from now, what they get from the dust and the ruins is just these black boxes that have like culture in them. What can they learn from the people of our time? When they listen, is it like, oh, apparently they just, you know, really like gold a lot? Yeah. Or is it like, yo, they went through that? Like, this is what was happening in the summer of 2020. Like, this is, you know, people felt this. It's crazy, you know, and I just want people to be able to learn something about me and my life and my journey and what's happening in our society as a whole. And it doesn't always have to be deep or preachy or anything, but, you know, I don't know, man. You have to have some substance in the project, and that's kind of what my approach is.
Y'all say, speaking of substance, I want to give you one of my bars very quick. Let me know what you think.
Let's hear it.
My life is in a downhill spiral like a yoga position.
That's kind of hard.
Nah, that was your shit. I was like, that's hard. I was like, oh shit, all right. You said something like that. It might not be exactly, but I was listening.
Yeah. It's hard because I gotta always like start the verse from the top to remember how it goes, because I forget so many lyrics. But yeah, basically that's what it was.
So let us know about the like I said, I was listening to The Crown, man, sounding good. So just let the people know about the project.
Thank you, man. So Crown is kind of multifaceted. For one, Crown is one of Major Seven's cousin is named Chris, you know, but we called him Crown. He was a big part of the crew. He didn't make music, but he was just, you know, he was there all the time and just pushing us to be better. And he was the laughter and the joy. And he passed maybe about 10 years ago. Actually, I think it might have been to the day that we dropped Crown, I think. And it was kind of like an homage to him, because he always wanted us, me and Major, we always like, we stayed in touch. That's my brother, but we never did a full project. And it was like, all right, it's time. And this is like appropriate, right? But then also the Crown is just a representation of like what we already are. Like, we're already more than enough. We're already kings and queens, but we constantly seek validation. Like, we feel we need other people to be like, Po, you are a king. And it's like, no, like you already are. That's what you are. You know what I'm saying?
You know why I think it's like that?
Why?
And basically like basically like everything in the outer world is telling you you're not. You know what I'm saying? So you looking at TV, even music, society, everything is saying we're not kings. So it's like, we have to know that we're kings. Like, I guess like we lose track of that, like, because we lose track of, like, you know, they say knowledge yourself, study thyself. People, when they studying themselves, so especially like Black people, we don't understand how great we are, but we letting the outer forces telling you instead of us knowing, you know?
Right.
Something like that.
I know, 100%. You're right on the money. And I think that's why it's important. You know, like, I try to, even just with my, you know, tight circle of best friends, I get off the phone or we text and it's like, all right, peace, king, peace, queen, like, love you, you know, like, nobody's gonna know, like, anybody that I know, like, we're not separating without you knowing that, like, you were loved and you were appreciated, right? I think we got to kind of kill that stigma that's attached to like being vulnerable, and you know, what would your loved ones feel like if they were like, damn, man, he passed and I never even, the last time I got off the phone with him, I was like, all right, fam. You know, like,
tell him you love him, trying to
there's nothing wrong with it, man. We should do that.
Yeah, it was something like somebody told me, he like checked me because we was talking about God and stuff. You see my shaman stick.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so we was talking about God, but then I was just saying, like, I was like, well, I said, so we're made in his image. Don't that mean we're gods too? And I said it kind of the same way I said to you. I said something like that. And he said, no, man. He said, say that shit with your chest. He said, especially us. He said, we are gods. He was like, we are gods. He's like, don't be afraid of that. He's like, yeah, we gods. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like and that's kind of what I haven't started collecting the instrumentals for it yet, but the next project is titled Bonita, which is my mom's name, but it's also just like it's beautiful in Spanish.
Yeah.
And the idea is going to be to, it's like Golden Rule was exploring, and I don't know if you got a chance to hear that one. That's that project that dropped in 2019, but it's a 3-part series: Golden Rule, Crown, and Bonita.
I see Heaven Can Wait, Golden Rule, and Crown.
Yeah. So Golden Rule started, and it was like, this is me kind of examining like why we, like I look at the history of like my personal like family's addictions and causes of death and all these things, and it was like we're constantly seeking out this. We have these aspirations for fame or money or whatever the thing is, but the rule is the regret. It's like everything that we sacrifice to get there. So why is that? Well, it's because we don't recognize that we already have what we need, right? That's the crown. That's where crown comes in. And the Bonita is like, all right, I've already discovered this part about myself. So now let me try to explore the beauty in life. Let me explore those joyous elements. So sound wise, the next one is gonna be fire.
Yeah, I be trying to tell myself this. I just figured out with myself because like whatever you want in life, especially if it's like some material shit, if you work hard enough, you can pretty much get it. But that stuff's not gonna make you happy. It's like other stuff you need to make you happy. It can't just be like outside forces. I always be trying to now be like soul searching, trying to figure out what really made me happy, what I want to do. I don't be wanting to chase like material shit. I think that shit like that ain't what it's about.
Yeah, man. Like you can't take it with you. So
that should be funny to me. Like I see people sometimes like say a dude have an outfit on, but then he have his Louis Vuitton belt, so he have everything tucked in so that Louis Vuitton can show.
Yep.
I'm like, the whole outfit ain't Louis Vuitton. It's only the belt that's Louis Vuitton.
Exactly. But it makes
you like that. First off, you spend $300, $400, $500 on a belt. Even $600. I think no belts cost more than that. It might cost $600. So you're like, bro, that shit is backwards, man.
Super backwards. Yeah. You could have just invested that into the IRA and let that stack for a little bit.
I be on those, especially now, man. So I know right now, the stock's kind of low, but the damn Disney be low. So I keep buying that Disney. So I'm like, shit, I know Disney gonna go back up. Disney wherever this shit do open, motherfucker going to Disneyland.
Oh, 100%. Just like
that, the Super Bowl commercials. What you think? I like, but then even with the Disney, like I like how they got Disney Plus. So I was like, they solid, but they stock right now kind of low. So I just be buying into it.
Yeah, you keep copping when it's low.
But yeah, I've been trying to invest for. I got the 401k too, but I've been trying to invest in stocks for like the past 3-4 years. So
yeah,
I just keep doing that. Then hopefully, I don't know if that Dogecoin gonna come back up or that Bitcoin gonna come back up, but that shit come back up, I'm gonna be rich as shit. Cause the way I be looking at that shit sometimes, I be like, man, they just want you to sell that shit so they can raise the price back up and get their money. Cause you gonna sell the shit, they gonna buy it, then the price gonna shoot back up. Like, man, y'all ain't finna play me. I'm gonna wait right till y'all wait.
I just cop and hold it. Yeah. I don't move any of it, whether it's stock, bond, or crypto. I just keep it.
Well, how long you keep it for?
We'll see, man. You look at the trends and pretty much if you look at it the same way, like they say like if you look at the stock market, right? The stock market, well, you might have a year where it just fucking turns to shit, right? But it always bounces back. So like on the short term, it might look like this, like boom, boom, boom. But on the like 10, 15, 20 year, it's constantly like this. And you look at the charts for Bitcoin from '09, it's the same thing. You look at Ethereum, it's the same thing. So I'm just holding, man. Like, like that the Bitcoin price is expected to one day skyrocket. So don't,
You're right about with the history though, because it hasn't been any time in history where it hasn't came back up. It always comes back up.
Exactly. Like if it doesn't,
they had one like back in the day. I know it was like one in 1924. Then the Great Depression and shit. Then you remember we had the one
recession in like '08.
Yeah, I was gonna say like '08 we had that one, the housing bubble and shit. That shit still came back up. They had the bailouts and shit. The bank. I forgot. I was like, damn man, like you going by so quick because I forgot about them. Obama did them bank bailouts and shit. I forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that shit was quick. That shit was like, but that was almost like I said, that was 13 years ago.
Yep.
You sure did bail out them banks.
Yeah, man.
Not banks, man. Shit gotta come back up.
Yeah, and we got it's bigger fish to fry if none of the biggest companies in the world can bounce back, then like we got bigger things to worry about. I
know with me though, like I was saying, like when my strategy was, I was just looking at like doing this pandemic. I was looking at the companies that didn't really go nowhere. So Amazon, that shit just shot the fuck up because everybody going through Amazon now. I probably should have held on to my Amazon, but I sold that and made a little profit. But then I got Walmart. I was like, Walmart didn't go nowhere. People still fucking with Walmart.
Yeah.
McDonald's, they was still McDonald's still open. McDonald's, I don't even think McDonald's closed at all doing this shit.
Right.
Then so with McDonald's, I was like, damn, Coca-Cola. I was just thinking, Pepsi, but I don't like Pepsi, so I was like, I'm gonna get Coca-Cola. And then I like shit like that. So I just be looking at shit that's like one of my friends, his name's Kevin. He says recession proof. So I try to look at stuff that doing this thing, what happened, it didn't go nowhere, and that's the stuff I kind of invest in.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, because but I did invest in some airplanes. I'm just holding on to the airline ones to like. Yeah. I probably won't sell them airline ones till that shit really bounce back up.
Yeah.
So what's some of your other interests outside of music?
Man, I'm trying to learn Spanish a little bit.
Man, me too. Damn, we got a lot of comments. I be on I'm mad, man, because I had bought this damn, well, I ain't mad, but I bought the damn Rosetta Stone, but I bought the whole lifetime membership.
Yeah.
But I quit doing it. So I was like, man, I got to at least do this shit once a day. But I don't think I do it once a day. I think I just got to be realistic and say like 1 or 2 times a week. But they got programs and they got all the languages. So I was telling myself, I will eventually want to learn like a couple languages, not just Spanish.
That's dope. You should, man. Set a little timer, like a reminder, even if it's like 3 days a week, do like 15 minutes, 3 days a week or something, just so you get a habit. Like I sit here in the morning, my wife is here, I'm over there, I'm in the dining room. And, while she's working, I'll try to knock out like 15, 20 minutes or something like that. Just try to get it,
What you do?
I do a combination of things. So I use a program kind of like Rosetta Stone. It's called Busu. Very similar. And then I got a Spanish dictionary app where it's just kind of like flashcards for words. So just spaced repetition. They kind of learn like the more you do it, it's like, oh, you kept getting this one wrong. So we need to give you that one more often. And they just kind of, that AI like really learns your patterns. And then I just try to like sometimes watch Spanish TV, just like podcasts, just trying to like take it in as much as I can and see if it can, the words start to slow down a little bit, because just straight listening, it feels like so fast.
Yeah, I would say I was using Duolingo.
Mm-hmm.
And then that shit, like, I don't know what happened, but like that shit just like it like lost my information. So it was trying to make me start over. I was like, hell no.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, I want to say I was at least on like level 2 or level 3. So like I said,
Yeah.
I know like ever since I was, I ever took Spanish when I was young. So I was like, let me just learn this. And like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna learn next though. But I'll probably just Google the common languages and try to learn the common languages first, and then
Right.
I
Yeah.
even seeing, man, even especially out here, like California, man, there be jobs on there saying they be wanting that shit say Spanish, like they want you gotta be bilingual, all that shit if you want that.
Yeah.
But a lot
Yeah.
of people are out here, so it's like shit. You gotta like we be teaching our kids that now.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Like I always feel like a real dumbass American when like I meet somebody and they're like, oh yeah, like English is like my fourth language. I'm like, I'm an idiot. Like, you know, like damn. But yeah, that's a big interest. Trying to stay like physically and emotionally healthy. So try to work out, 4 or 5 times a week. And just kicking it with my wife and our dog, man. Just, enjoying my life, man. I spent a lot of time fast forwarding my life, worried about the future and stuff. And now let's just kind of take it day by day and enjoy what we got going on.
Man, my dude, one of my homies I was talking to, he said he like a quantum physics guy, like coach, life coach, but he was saying when you focus on the past, that's when you get depression. And then he said when you focus on the future, that's when you get anxiety. So you supposed to be present. I was like, damn, that shit was cold. Like how you broke it down like that.
Real, but for real, like you think about that, man. Yeah. Like, like all the regrets and stuff come from the past, right? But then like we worry so much about what's coming that we don't even allow ourselves to be in the moment. So yeah, that's probably one of the most important things I've learned over the last few years.
Yeah, you gotta live life sometimes, man.
Yep.
So what do you say? What's next for you?
In what way?
Yeah, I guess with the music. Yeah, with the music.
Yeah, I say between projects, like it ends up being like a 5 to 6 month period before I even start writing again. Just because I've said everything I felt like saying. So now I just need to live some life and like let life happen. And I get inspiration from what I'm experiencing. And then I start to collect beats. So then I start reaching out to producers, seeing who's got, a certain vibe that I might be looking for. And then I start diving in, but it might be another 3 months before I even think about writing anything, just so I can live a little bit and get excited about the NBA season and just, be a person for a little while before I turn into an artist again.
Yeah, that's why I be thinking sometimes, like I just be looking at like how Jay-Z did like however many summers he did like 10 straight summers or 12 straight summers. That is really hard to do because you ain't living no life. Like sometimes, like especially like if you making music and then you on the road, then performing in the studio, you just doing that cycle for all them years. You don't get to take no break or nothing. Like that shit is crazy.
Yeah. But and I guess on the other side of that is like there's also the piece that most of them aren't like me and you, right? So like we have to actually go to work in addition to having like our families, in addition to trying to make friendships work, in addition to trying to do the art or give the people content. So when all you do need to focus on as far as like your career is just the life that you naturally live,
it's better
writing about it. Like I think that gives you more opportunity to kind of like have those moments as opposed to being like, all right, I write on the train most of the time. Like I take the red line to the gig and I'll, throw the beats on and I got about 45 minute train ride. So I'll just listen to the beats and see if I can catch vibes like
But
looking around.
That's like real cool though. That's like real hip hop right there. You on the train,
Yeah.
right, Rise?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
I see that old beat crew or something. You on that right, Rise? That's like
Right.
you like looking at the people, fresh gold
Yeah.
the hat, the badge. Yeah, that's the probably shit. That shit. That's to me. That seems like that'll probably give you a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, yeah. But you're just trying to squeeze that into a certain
40
time.
minutes. Yeah.
Because like at the crib, like I really, and my best friends know this. Like I'm like, yo, at a certain time, like I don't text. Like once it hits like 9:30, I like put my phone away because that's time for me and my wife to just be with each other and chill and watch reality TV and talk about life and all that, So it's important to kind of have like segments of the day, and I do the like musical portion when I'm like commuting.
So what made you do that with the cutoff time with the phone and everything?
Just to what we were talking about, like just being present. Like I don't want to be as accessible all the time. Like, and the people who love you respect it. Like I don't get any pushback from my best friends about it or anything. They're just like, yo, that's actually a good idea because I got this. I got 2 kids and a wife, or I got whatever my friend's situation is. So they understand it, but it's just a personal choice. Like I just really, especially in we live such fast-paced lives. Like people work. If we're fortunate enough to still have jobs and stuff, like we work and you still have other relationships that you're trying to like maintain. So when it's all said and done at the crib, we just want it to be like 5, peace, just us for those 3 waking hours before we got to get into bed and go to sleep.
What if it's an emergency?
Well, that's different. I mean, like those things will happen. And there are instances like, it's not like so rigid that I won't bend or whatever, but that's just the general guideline. Like I just prefer my life to go that way.
Yeah, I know. I saw me and my wife be talking about this all the time, man. It should be crazy when you say like somebody go to your show, right? These fools be like this.
Yes.
They ain't looking at they looking at the phone.
Right.
The whole time though.
Yep.
The whole time. Like this.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, that shit look crazy. Like
it'd
be like most of the crowd. Like you might have like 1 or 2 people chilling, watching, and enjoying it. Everybody else, that shit look crazy. I was like, man, people like that shit look weird, man. I was like, I be trying to like not get caught up like that too, but yeah, I need to do a better job. I probably need to do a cutoff time like you too.
Hey, just even if just try it for one. Just pick one day of the week and be like, I'm gonna try it on Thursday nights and see what happens. I just find that like I know, like I put my phone on vibrate, sit it over on the like kitchen counter. We get on the couch and we just do our thing.
Oh, but I do put my phone on do not disturb a lot. I put my shit on I do that throughout the day. I put it on do not disturb. Yeah, I just have it where if you're not in my contacts, it's not gonna ring. So
there you go.
Like basically, like people, if I know all the other shit, I ain't answering. So I do that. But I'm saying even with like, I think sometimes like I just be on social media too long, or like like you saying like you with your wife, or both of y'all on Instagram scrolling, like shit, we
right
scrolling on each other.
Yeah, like neither of you is like actually in the moment. Like you're not paying attention to each other. Yeah.
I was like, man, that's crazy though. That's crazy
how
they make stuff to but then but it's like weird because people do that, but they won't meditate. Meditating is hard. Like, yeah, ain't that meditating? You meditating on their phone, scrolling. Ain't that, if you can do that for 10, 20 minutes, can't you just sit there to yourself for 10, 20 minutes? So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we was about to wrap it up. We've been politicking for a minute. I'll say, what would you like to say to your fans and your supporters?
Anybody who has listened to anything I've made, thank you. Thank you very much, because time is one of those things you can't get back. So anybody who spends even a few minutes listening to something that I've made, I'm super appreciative. And I don't know, man, it's just for, if you like any of that, you will continue to like what I do, just because you're always gonna get me. You're always gonna learn about me at whatever point in life I'm at. And I won't shortcut the process, you know. I'm always gonna put it out there.
All right, bro. Say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
No doubt, man. You want to hit them up with your social media and everything? I heard you don't got an Instagram.
No. Major 7th made one for any projects we do. So I think that one is Sayke and 7th on IG. It's like, I think it's Sayke and 7th. SAYKEANDSEVENTH. You can catch me on Twitter though at Pete Sayke Music. Major on his Instagram is at pronounced major. And I think that's it, man.
So why you got a Twitter but no Instagram?
I wouldn't even have a Twitter if I didn't have to put music out. I don't want to be, I don't want it like tech. I just don't want to, you know, I'm not necessarily built to be a musician in today's time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, man, you know, you like a unicorn right now.
I know. Well, that's the thing, man. Like I tell my wife this all the time. Like I just enjoy making music and I just enjoy putting it out. But like, I don't do music videos, and like, I know that more people will be able to hear it or whatever, but I don't know, man. I just don't care like that. I just want whoever finds it and listens. If you like it, that's great. I love you for it, you know, but I'm not trying to become like the big thing or anything like that. I just like making music, man.
So what would be the way that you imagine people discovering your music or learning about you?
Probably just grassroots, word of mouth. Yeah, I don't know. I like the way I find out about music. Like it's usually from like podcasts like this or you know, certain reviewers or one of my good friends hitting me like, yo, you hear this? Like, you should check this out. But yeah, it's not, nobody would ever find me the way they find like traditional artists today.
It's cool though. I respect it.
Thanks, man. Hey, we all are in it for different reasons, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make like a living or career off of it. It's just what I like to do. It's part of my life.
All right, man. We out.